hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me again. I am so sorry that I have kept you waiting. I had a bit of a network glitch, and that's why I came on a bit late. My apologies. Thank you for joining and thank you for your patience. Once again, my name is Funmilola Williams. I am the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. The Informed and Reformed Teens Academy is an academy where we groom and mentor young girls. So, if you have any girl from age 8 to 10, 10 to 13, 13 to 18, please do well and bring them over on board to our academy. I'm assuring you there's a curriculum on ground that's going to help you on your journey with them. So, that's that about that. And of course, we are TIRTA Academy on all social media handles on Twitter. I'm myself on Twitter, forgive me for that, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. That's what we hear, and the things we do, we post them there. Yeah, so please tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't forget, if you think that you're parenting your own child, right? What about someone that does not have access to the information that you have access to? Yeah, so sorry for keeping you waiting. There, sincere apology down, whichever, for the grammarians in the house. All right, so there are things you need to do as you begin to approach 2024. Don't forget, in your parenting journey, 2023 is gone in the life of your teenager. 2024 is there. So don't just dabble into 2024. Don't let 2024 happen as though don't let it just happen to you. Intentionally prepare to enter the year. And that's what we're talking about. How do you prepare your teenagers for 2024? For you to prepare your teenagers, don't forget last week we talked about preparing yourself, yeah? Now you are, yes. Thank you, Okarabi Bless. I'm particularly excited about this session. Thank you very much. Yeah, so you have to prepare your teenager. Don't forget they are getting older. How they are currently is not how they'll be in 2024. So you need to manage that whatever it is that you expect of them. Don't just, when nothing is expected, nothing happens, and then there are zero performance. So begin to prepare them intentionally, deliberately. And how do you begin to do so? Next week we'll continue on this series, yeah, just in case we're not be able to finish because of our time. All right, so how do you prepare your teenagers for 2024? How you're beginning to think, for at a point is very, especially if you are one that is put your eyes on the big stuff. Yes, let me put it that way. If you're someone that puts his or her eyes on the big stuff, he gets easy. He begin to think, oh, we have not this girl or this boy has achieved so much. But you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked at the little progress that has been made. So if you are not deliberate about seeing all these things, you're not going to see them. So that's why I'm deliberately bringing it to your face right now. So don't say, oh, what did she do? She's still the same person. She's still the same this. She's still the same that. No. So there are things you need to know as a parent to make your journey with them. Don't forget, your journey, your time together with them is decreasing. If your daughter is 13 or your daughter was 12, 2023, she's going to be 13 in 2024. And that means in 3 years, in 4 years, some children get admission to university by age 16, 17, some even shorter. So your time with them is not as much anymore. All right, so how do you begin to prepare them for this 2024 so that it doesn't just jump upon you? Number one, it's funny. Maybe it may look like somebody is sounding like a broken record, but it's very, very important. Yes, express gratefulness to and for them. I know that some of us, we are, especially African parents, there's this thing that we do. It says it's because of you, I did it because of you, I did it because, as though those kids begged to be born. Their parents, I'm telling you, the first way to prepare yourself, your teenagers, so that they begin to know that, okay, 2024 is something to look forward to. Let them feel that vibe from you, their parents. Express gratefulness to them, yeah, and for them. And you have to tell them, I thank you that you're a part of my journey. I said that to my daughter. I used to tell her that I don't know how things will have been if you're not there. She doesn't do so much, but the little that she does, let them know that it is appreciated. The little effort that they bring to the table, let them know that it is just where we spoke last week about expressing gratitude to God. So now you are now extending that gratitude to them themselves. Let them know that you appreciate the fact that they are a part of the family. Are you aware there's some parents that are, as we speak right now, there's some parents that worry about their children's drugs, their children's partying, their children's wild lifestyle? Are you aware? So if you don't have such to worry about yet, what are you not to be grateful for? Ask parents that are paying several thousands of naira in drug rehabilitation centers. That is when you understand this topic, this concept of appreciating them. Express gratefulness to them, that thank you for being a part of this family. Thank you for your input. That thing that I think is not important, that thing that I think that is not so big, is not so major. You'll be shocked. I told you, I was it in this session I was sharing it, that I went to a particular place. When okay, it wasn't here. I went to a particular place and I saw a young lady of 16, and the entire environment was so messed up. I begin to wonder, and it was the mom that was going this, going that, doing all of that. And you begin to wonder, how did people get to this level? So let your teenagers know that even though they do not do what it is that they have done is not what you expected. They have not cooked the meal to your expectation. They have not kept the home to your expectation. They have not done this. But that little that they do, let them know that you are grateful for it. Express grateful. This is one thing that's very, very difficult for African parents to do, because by virtue of the fact that that was not how we were raised. But don't forget, the idea is we're doing what? We are changing the narrative. We're doing things better than it should be. We're not faulting what our parents have done. We're not saying they didn't do enough. We're only saying they have done what they have done is to the level, is to the extent of their competence or the extent of their knowledge. But now that we know better, we should do better. So express gratefulness to your teenager. Yeah, your teenager. You will think that it doesn't matter, but I told you already that in this level of life, even though you are not the most influential, you are still the most important, in the most important part of your teenager's life. So every word from you, everything you say, they hold on to, even though they pretend that they don't care, they pretend that they did not hear, but you'll be surprised that they're actually listening. So when your teenager feels appreciated, that, oh, that means I am actually worth something. Already that's feeling love tank, knowingly or unknowingly, and it hasn't cost you anything. If it is to just drop a note for them, express gratefulness to them and for them, that, see, I am grateful for you. Ore, I am grateful for you. This just the way we are grateful to our friends, to our spouses, to people that matter to us. Can we begin to let our children know that yes, we are grateful for the gift of them, because they are a gift. Don't forget, they are a gift, and they are loaned to us for a while. Can we begin to let them know? I like citing this example because that's the one that comes to my mind the most. Right now there's nothing I wouldn't do to just go home to my mom and just be there together. But you know what? That stage of life's gone forever, and some of that strikes me all of the time. We're living on borrowed times with our teenagers. So can we express gratefulness that for the fact that you are here for this particular time? Please express. I know that it is hard. African parents will feel, I did this, I paid school fees, I bought clothes, I registered for courses. All of those things are just whipping up sentiment. Okay, they are your core responsibilities. So please let them know that, you know what, I am grateful that you are a part of my life. I'm grateful that this 2023 we did it together. I'm grateful for your learnings, whatever it is that you're grateful for. Let them understand, let them know. For example, if your child went for a competition and then came back on top, you want to celebrate, you want to let the child know that, you know what, I'm grateful that you are making what you are making an attempt to try. So all of those things, we don't know it, but it goes in the love tank of your teenager. Your teenager feels wanted, feels accepted, feels seen, feels heard. Yeah, teens have told me that. So I was at one of my discussion with one of the teens, and they were telling me that they had difficulty in hugging their parents because they weren't sure whether their parents was going to reciprocate that hug back. Something as simple as a hug. I can imagine. But you know what? Your teenagers, because they are beginning to having to understand the world on their own, they may not say these things to you. But let me tell you, if you tell your teenage, usually if you tell your teen girl that, you know what, or Abi, whatever it is that the name is, I am grateful for your gift. I am grateful that you're part of this journey. You have just registered something deep into the consciousness of that child, and she goes on like so. Even when she gets to a situation where it gets to group of friends or whatever that they're not accepting of her, she remembers that there's a place where she's accepted. There's a place where where people feel grateful that she's a part of it. There's a community, and that is your home. So that's number one thing, to prepare them. So you know what you're doing. You are mentally readying them, preparing them that, okay, if my mom is grateful for this that I have done, then that means I am encouraged to even not to do better. Yes, that's number one thing. You need to express gratefulness to your teenager, and for them. And you know what? At this point, you're not talking about. It doesn't matter whether they have brought award home. It doesn't matter whether they have brought blacks home. It doesn't matter whether they have brought anything home. Just be grateful for them. For the fact that they are there, they are your kids. You are grateful. So it's not the gratefulness is not dependent on what they have done or what they have not done. No, that's not where we're going. We'll still get to that. We'll still get to that as we go on in the course of the. But for now, just that for you. for you for being a part of my life. So this evening, as long as the moment you're done watching this stream, if it's a short note you want to do, if it's a short poem you want to do, if it's a letter you want to write, just do something. Just do something to make your teenager know that, you know what, mom and dad are grateful that you are here. They are thankful that you are here. And if you do that, you will see how that's going to change the tempo of your home and even the tempo of what it is that you expect and what they expect right back. All right. So the next one is that you have to celebrate their processes and their wins for this year. Yeah. See, I didn't go straight to wins. Processes. Celebrate their processes. Whatever it is, no matter how clumsy it is, no matter how you feel it is that they have not gotten to where you want them to get to. But if there's any process at all, if there's any step they took at all, you want to celebrate it. Yes, everyone likes to be celebrated. So who says that your teenager is an exception? But if all you do at the time is that, can you not see that of my friend, now she has cleared her WAEC. Can you not see this? You are dampening their morale. At least she tried. At least she made the step. At least she made an effort. That is what you celebrate. The process, don't forget, it's not a journey of perfection, rather a journey of excellence. So celebrate their process and their wins, no matter how little it is. The other time I was asking my daughter, I said, "Oh, I think where are your, where are the awards that that you got and all of that?" And it didn't look important. But she said, "Mommy, you know what? Because I answered the question very well. My this was this and this and this, and then I got it." And she was very excited. "Oh, you know what? I am very happy for you too." That is how to build the morale of your young ones. Don't go and be saying, "Oh, the year has gone and ended. The three academic terms did not bring any award." But he didn't fail. So celebrate that win, celebrate that process, no matter how tiny, no matter how little it is. When you do that, you encourage them to want to do better. And don't forget, whatever it is that you want to see grow, you celebrate it. I mean, that's a law, that's an unwritten law of life. Anything you want to see grow, celebrate it. But anything you want to see die a natural death, just keep saying the wrong things to it, keep saying the wrong stuff to it, and then you don't have to do any other thing than that. It's gonna die natural. So if you keep saying to them that, "Oh, you know what, should be everybody, all the kids got awards. You, where is your own? This, that, and everything you say is all the things that they have done. I mean, they have not done. That you refuse to see the ones that they have done. You're killing that part of them that wants to try. You're killing that part of them that wants to, because they feel like, what's the point really? What's the point? Mommy already said that everybody came in with an award. I think so. What's the point in trying? That is the reverse side of it. But if you tell her, you know what, I appreciate the fact that you put in an effort. For example, if she went for a competition and she even didn't even get any position, but the fact that she even took step. Are you aware that some people have stage fright? They can't face audience. They can't talk to people. They shiver. They are jittery. They are shivering and all of that. Are you aware? So your teenager is trying to, and for even if it is just learning a new thing. For example, now, before she wasn't able to cook something, so it doesn't have to be academics. Don't focus so much on the academics. For example, if it's okay, she's able to cook something that she wasn't able to do. That's a process. At least now you know that when you're not at home, you can rest assured that, okay, my teenager can cover that area. So that's a win. Celebrate it. For example, if she didn't know how to turn amala before or how to make jollof rice before, but in this year, you have to be based on the plan that you had. Don't forget, if there wasn't plan, there's nothing to judge yourself by. That's why it's very, very important to have a parenting plan, because if there's no plan, there's nothing to now use to assess the process, because you're not going to know. You're just going to be, it's going to be an assumption or something or the other. Do you understand what I am saying? So you have to celebrate their processes. That time that they messed up everywhere, maybe he's trying to learn how to arrange the wardrobe, maybe he's trying to learn a new chore, a new role, whatever it is. You are the one that knows the processes that you have put your teenagers to, and then how far have they gone on it. Celebrate them. So, the more you celebrate them, the more they are inspired to want to do better. The more you celebrate them, the more they want. But if everything you keep doing is, you didn't do this well, you didn't do that well, this, you are killing their ability to want to try. You are killing their curiosity. You are killing their willingness to want to learn, their willingness to want to be better, and they are wondering, what's the point? Mommy will just never say anything that's nice about it. So that's as you go on, as you begin to plan for 2024, make up your mind before this year runs out. So that celebration can come in form of anything. It can just in form of all of you coming together, okay, cook for us. It could not be you, it could be any of them. Just do something that shows that connotes celebration. Something that connotes celebrate. It is intentional. You're deliberately telling them that you see them, you see their efforts. And which of us is it that when they see our efforts, or if we get a pat on our back for a job well done, which one out of us would not want to try better? So it's the same thing that is applicable to your teenager. So it's not all about condemnation, or it's not all about, hey, you didn't, the ones that they did not do, the ones that they have not done. You know what? Take your eyes off it for a while, okay? And let's focus on the ones that they have done, to celebrate their process and then their wins, no matter how little. If the entire win of your child for the whole year is that is able to accomplish something and do it effectively, please celebrate it. Please celebrate it. Is very, very, very important. Then the next thing you want to do to prepare your teenagers for the next, don't forget, all of this is you're trying to morally prepare them. You're trying to give them a mindset that, okay, if I can do this, then I can do more. Don't forget, you have a plan you're working with. There's a target you want to achieve by the time your child, your teenager is a certain age. And these are all of the things that will aid you to, get to that place it is that they are going to. Then the next thing you want to do is assess their performance on all levels and determine how to improve. Now you have celebrated them. Now you are grateful for them. So you can now, okay, this is the point. Can you see how it's building up now? Can you see how your love comes before your criticism, as it were? So that's it. Because if you have celebrated them, they are willing to listen to you. Their mind is open to receive from you. So you cannot assess their performance. Is it in their academics? Is it in their spiritual life? How is it is it their social skills? What skills they are learning? How have they improved? How can they improve? What can be done? Assess their performance on all levels. That's your role as a parent. You know why you need it's like when you're having, don't forget that your family is a business. So that's how you got to run it. So, because don't forget, if for example in secular companies, by the end of the year, they have what they call AGM. You know that. And that AGM is, of course, they will eat, they will wine, they will dine. But beyond all of that, they're going to sit down, assess themselves, find out, okay, what have we done? What should we do? How can we do this better? What else? And all of those things, they have to do all of those things. Why? For better and optimal performance in the next company year. The same thing you're going to have to do with your teenagers. So find out how to improve. If they're having challenges, how can you help them? Don't forget, your assignment in their lives is to what? Is to help them become. To help them become. If they are struggling with anything, you have commended them. Okay, for example, maybe that competition, is it that you did not have enough time to prepare? Or that task, is it that because you're not really listening to me while I was teaching? Or is there something about it that I did not get? You have to assess it together with them. And when you assess, of course, you have to listen to them. Just the way shareholders, who they will talk at the AGM of a company. So you have to assess their performance on all levels, every level. Don't forget, you're not leaving anything to chance. I mentioned physically, I mentioned the academics, I mentioned the skills. What skill are you working on? For example, my own, we're still working with emotions regulation. We're still working with what's this particular one that's very key now, to ability to self-regulation. Thank you. We're still working on that. So you know what, we already have a day that we set apart to assess ourselves. Why is it that you're not able to self-regulate? Why is it that these things I say have to prod you? Why is it that this I say have to prompt you? So it's gonna be, and it's like a family meeting, a family come together. So it's not to dish out judgment, to dish out criticism. No, it is assessment. Of course, just as the word implies, to assess for optimal performance. So when you know why is it that they are not they haven't been able to ace that particular aspect, you know what to tackle. If it's academics, okay, what is the struggle? Is it the teaching method? Is it the technique? Or is it that you're not concentrating? Are you sleeping late? Is that why you're not concentrating in class? If it's a particular skill, why is it hard for you to build this skill? What skill are you trying to build? Is it concentration? Is it focus? How can you begin to help? If it's focus, okay, what are you taking away? What is taking your attention? What is the distraction? All of those things. That is where, excuse me, that is where your assessment comes in. You have to assess on all fronts. Don't leave anything to chance. Don't forget, they're growing fast, they're leaving your home fast. You don't want them to leave your home half baked. That's one error you do not want to commit. And you know what? That's why you still have the time. You can still make the mistakes that you can do for your child to ensure that he or she turns out to be what you want to be. So don't let them say, you are trying to what is this? And they will adjust. No, you're not parenting haphazardly. You're not parenting anyhow. There is what you want to achieve. So if it means that you have to go back to teach that particular skill all over again, you know that your job is not done. And when a job is not done, it's not done. That's just it. So if it means that you have to go back to that skill, you have to, maybe if it means that you have to re-enroll them for courses, if it means that you have to sit down and give, if it means that you have to look for teachable moments, whatever it is that you need to do to ensure that they improve on that, then that's gonna be on you. You know what? So that by next year, by the time you are assessing them, we're assessing them for 2024, you yourself, you'll be able to say, oh, okay, this child has moved from point A to point B, and that's your role and your duty that you have to play. And then the next thing, you have to have a vision board party for 2024. I didn't know of this before until like 2 years back. It's very, very important. Of course, it was a vision board party. Of course, there's a vision, there's a board, and there's a party. We had one last year. We're looking to have another one this year, no matter what it is that it is. So you have a vision board party. What is that vision board party? You have assessed them, yeah? You have known where it is. You have known where it is that the work has not been really put in. So what do you seek to do? That's what you seek to do at the vision board. Let everybody participate. Everybody. Well, I'm gonna do with my daughter. So everybody, you have to sit down. And what does it mean? It means that, okay, for next year, what's our projection? Just like the example we use of a company, the same thing we're gonna use now. So a company, after they might have done their AGM, they have done this, they have declared dividend, they have shared profit, they have this, they have that. The next thing, they begin to project into the next year. Yes. So you have to have a vision board party. It is very, very important. And it's party because it can be fun to them. The moment you carry a biro and paper, and it begins to sound like school again, and it begins to sound monotonous and boring to them. But if you say, okay, you know what, you get fries, you get rice, we're going to talk together as a family, whatever it is the family is to you. So sit down together with them. 2024, what is our projection? What area? For example, when we're doing our vision board party for 2023, there were things that we highlighted. Yeah, vision board is very, very important. So what there were things that we highlighted that we must have achieved by the end of 2023, even though we didn't achieve everything, but at least majorly to 70% of it we're able to achieve. That is what your vision board party would do. What do you want to do in 2024? And then you know what? So 2024, I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to do that by the end of 2024. So you now break it down. So you have to listen to them, which takes me to the next one. You have to listen to their projections for 2024. You'll be shocked. They also have projections. Yeah, they do. No matter how what's it called? You think it is? They have what? For example, it could be that, okay, in my whatever I struggled in my academics this last term, next 2024 is not going to be like that. So your own role as the parent is now to find out ways to help them, to shift that projection into reality. So it's very, very, if you have never done it before, last year we had it and it was fun. It was absolute fun. So, and you know what? Somehow it becomes a guide. And don't forget, you have to be placed somewhere that they can see it. That 2024 is something like when we say write the vision and make it plain kind of thing. So they have to be able to have access to it, to their vision, because they wrote it by themselves. Nobody forced them. Nobody did. They were the ones that decided that, okay, 2024, this is what I want to achieve. Yours is just to guide them. Yours is just to support them. Yours is just to encourage them. So listen to their projections. And please, their parents, listen. Listen. This is very, very key. Not the one that they will be talking, you're already interrupting them. For example, if your child says, Mommy, for 2024, I want to, what's that thing that we feel as adults feel that is ridiculous? For example, your daughter says, I want to register for ballet. To you, and I'm thinking, out of all the things to, and you did not even let the child finish. Listen. You don't forget this active listening thing that we're talking about. It is very, very key. Hear the child out first, no matter how preposterous, no matter how ridiculous, no matter whatever adjective you want to use to qualify it. Listen. You know what you're doing? You're when you listen, yeah, you are telling them that they have a mind and they have the right to use their mind. That's what you do when you listen to your kids. But when you don't, when you superimpose your own thoughts, your views on them, they're gonna shut down. You don't want to raise that kind of a child. You don't want to raise a kind of child that cannot think for themselves. So let them project. It is their mind. Let them use it, and they know that when you listen to them, you tell them that you trust them to come up with something sensible, and then you trust them to use their mind. And if they use their mind for small things, their parents, your children are going to use their mind for big things. So don't begin to project for them. Don't begin to think for them. Hear them out. Hear what they want to say. Let them, that their mind that they have, let them put it to good use, no matter their ages. Please, dear parent, is very, very important. Listen. It might even be what you also learn from, what you also benefit from. How are you going? And the thing is this, don't forget, one of the skills they will be needing as they grow in life is critical thinking skills. That is what they are trying to work on. For example, they may not even think about, if you have a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, or a 12-year-old, or even a 10-year-old, and you're still saying that I want you to this. You're the one thinking for the child, you're the one making decisions for the child. It is not and the child's advantage. It is not. So listen to them. Whatever they have come up with, whatever they have thought, please hear them out. Yours, if you now feel that it is ridiculous, yours is to now shape it somehow, and that's where that's where mentorship comes in. Okay, it can be something like, okay, do you want to run it by your mentor? Do you want to run it by your coach? Do you understand? You are letting them know that you think that they are smart, you think that they have a brain and that they can use it. You will not know the power you're giving to your child when you do that. But when you shut them down, when you're the one that everything they will do from January to December, you even what they will wear, the one that will determine it. Where they will go, the one that will determine it. Everything you had come on. When are they going to get a grip? So, dear parents, listen to the project. I know that it is very hard for us to let go, yeah, but the fact remains that you are raising them to let them go. We're raising them to let them. How many of us are still with our parents? As a matter of fact, if you're still with parents at this point in time in life, they begin to tell us that there's a problem, which is true, there's a problem. So listen to their projections. It is hard. African parents, it is very, very hard. But you know what? We have to learn it. We have to learn it, because if our kids must compete with the other kids globally, they have to be able to have that independence of mind. Independence of mind. Don't forget, at this stage, you're not dishing down others. What you're just doing is you're guiding, you're shepherding. That's your work. So listen to their projections. Ask them, what do you want to do in 2024? What are you thinking about? What do you want to achieve? Whatever it is, your role is to now do what? Your role is to help them. Help them through books, through resources, through mentoring, through, all of those things is very, very important. We've mentioned 5 things now. I said number 1, express gratefulness to your kids and for your kids. It's very, very important. Our kids have to know that we are grateful for them. They need to know. If your kid, don't make them think that they're a burden to you. I know that the country is hard, everybody is there, want to buy. Don't make your kid, don't let them begin to think that, oh, if not for me, my parents life would be easier. Don't put your kids in that situation. Let them know that no matter what it is, you're grateful for them. Number 2, celebrate their processes and their wins. This is very, very important. Celebrate them, their processes, their failures, their wins, their successes. Let them know that you celebrate them for at least trying. That's also very, very important. Number 3, you have to assess their performance on all levels and determine how to improve. Don't forget, your work in their life at this stage is to guide them, to help them make conscious and better choices. So assess it. Where do I think my daughter needs improvement? Where does my son need improvement? What can I do? How can I be of assistance? How can I push? What is the extra that I need to add? That's your work, that's your role, that's your duty. Then the next one, you have to have a vision board part. This is very, very important. I remember last time my coach made it very, very compulsory. And this year, you know what? We're going to do the same thing. It's very important. Your projection for next year. For example, one of the things we had on our vision board for last year, for that we had, my brother that we had last year, one of them was our ability to be able to do, a particular thing without prompting. Yeah, it was there on my vision board. And you know what? I'm able by 15th of December now. That's when we're gonna have our own. By the way, we're gonna sit down together. Okay, did you get here? Did you achieve this? Then the ones we also said we were gonna do. How many of them have we done? It's to keep you in check, to keep them accountable to the system of your family. You can't just say that she ought to know. What does she ought to know? I mean, what's she gonna know when there's no vision? The people are gonna perish. That's what the scripture says. So there has to be a vision board, but make it fun, whatever it is. And I like to see pictures in the group, whatever it is that you have done. I am gonna do mine and I'm gonna put it in the group. Yeah, it could be anywhere. It doesn't have to be something fanciful. You don't have to go and break the bank. You could just, if it is fruit, if it is snacks, whatever it is that you can have. But just don't forget the essence, a vision board. But you're drawing a vision for 2024. And the next thing I mentioned, I said, listen to their projections. Their parents, please don't be over sabi. Listen to them. They got thoughts, they got ideas. Listen to them. Then the next thing, ask and listen to their struggles. Yes, this is where this is where empathy comes in. You have to ask, is there a particular area you're struggling with? For example, I do get to ask my daughter a lot, is there something you want to share? Kids are different. Your choleric child would naturally not come to you with issues that is bothering them. And they have issues. I hope you know their parents. And if they are teenagers, trust me, there's something on their mind. But your choleric, your phlegmatic, the one that is prone to come to you will be your sanguine. Yeah, your sanguine is ready to talk, is ready to share, is ready to. But your choleric, your phlegmatic, you have to, because your choleric feels that what's it called now? I can figure it out mentality. Choleric, bossy, they feel that they can figure everything out. But you and I know that they can't figure everything out. So you have to ask them. They have to know that you are really, really interested. For example, if you be struggling with something at school, it may not necessarily be academics, but if you never ask, they're not ever gonna say. But the ones that are likely to tell you the most, the ones that can like that is most likely is your sanguine. How many of us have sanguine? If your child is now melancholic and choleric, their parents, work is on your hand. It will be bothering them. Melancholy, they tend to be moody, to be this, to be that, and they still will not speak up. So how do you begin to help them if you don't even know what their struggle is? So ask them, is there something you're struggling with? How can I help you? Don't come and say, if you cannot talk to me. And some of us, we are very funny. Someone will manage to turn that into a quarrel. I don't know how we do it, but we do it. Your child is moody, your child doesn't want to talk, and the next thing is you pick a quarrel. Come on, you're just throwing tantrum, and then you're not different from that child. But it can be like something like, okay, you know what? When you're ready to speak to me about your struggles, know that I am here. I will always be here. Somewhere in the child's mind, it will be there. And maybe when you're not even expecting the child is going to come to you, don't forget your child needs you for guidance. They need you for wisdom. Your teenager needs you for guidance and wisdom. They have the information, they have the knowledge, but they do not know how to apply it. So you have to ask them. You have to ask them. Is it okay? Why is it that for example, I'm trying to look for what's practical now. For example, might be dealing with a crush. You never can tell. And every other person is telling her that it's good to have a crush, or is this, so, or you must have somebody that is crushing on you, or you might be should be dealing with hormonal issues. Because these are the issues that will reach through all of their puberty and then all of the years that they have before they leave your home. And then the guy might be wondering, oh, next month is coming. Oh, next year is coming. How do I navigate it? How do I manage this? So you have to ask them. And when you ask, please listen. Dear parents, our listening skill has to be top notch if we're going to have access into the lives of our teenagers. Next year we're going to be talking about conversations to have with your boys and with your girls. We're not going to have that this year anymore. But gospel in our lives will pick it up. That's what we're going to pick from next year. So if you did not say these things to you, how are you ever going to give them your wisdom? Because they may not ask you. They may try to figure it out on their own. They're trying to achieve independence. So you are the one that you know how to balance these things out for them. So you need to ask them, is there something you're struggling with? Some kids struggle with a lot of things. Some struggle with their hormones, their emotions, especially if he's a boy. You're telling the boy, your body, your this, but every day penis is rising. He's wondering, how do I do with this? Do we know it's a struggle? It's a struggle. So if you don't ask them, they are not ever going to talk. So you have to listen to their struggles, whatever it is. Then the next thing is determine how to make help available, to make their journey in 2024 easier, so that they don't fall by the wayside. So whatever struggle it may be, if it's academics, determine how you're going to make help available to them. How will I help if my son, for example, my son tells me that he's struggling with concentrating in class? I want to begin to think, okay, what's causing the lack of concentration? Is it the home front? The first thing you always want to check is the home. Yeah. I asked my daughter, are you happy? Are you fine? Is there something? Because you never can tell. It could be anything. So determine how you're going to do what, how you're going to make help available, so that they don't begin to struggle in the beginning of a new year. So that they eat the year ready to make a difference. So that they eat the year ready to make a change. That's what we're talking about. So determine it. Am I going to get someone to help my daughter? Am I going to get someone to help my son? Or even me, myself, do I need help? Do I need to learn more? Do I need to read more? What do I need to do? Can I ask a community? That's why that community that we have, that's why it's key. Community is key in parenting teenagers. You can't just be going on, all on your own. You can no longer do that. It is risky to do that because times have changed. So determine it. You have to know. I know as a parent that is intentional, as a parent that wants to make a difference, these things should be on your mind right from now. It's not when it now starts. It's not when your teenager, if, for example, if your teenager comes and say, "Mommy, I have a masturbation problem," how are you going to deal with it? Do you have a way already? Or that's when you say, "Hey, my head, oh, hey, my life, oh," you now start running everywhere. You must know that these issues will come up. Issues will come up. So if it come up, how am I going to deal with it? Am I equipped? So determine now before it happens. And don't forget, for example, your teacher says, "Mommy, I feel so frustrated in that English class." And then you go, why won't you feel frustrated? When you're not listening, when you're not that. You have just shut that conversation. That's just the last of that conversation you're gonna have. That child will never come to you again about that particular struggle. No, because you don't understand. Don't forget, your teenager wants to feel heard, wants to feel seen, wants to feel understood. So your job is much. Your job is much. As someone parenting a teenager, your job is because you are not parenting a child no more. If it's a child, there's a way you just pacify the child. But for a teenager, no, he's having what views already. He's having mindset already. He's having views. He's open to information already. So you have to determine how you're going to make help available. So, dear parent that you are listening to me this evening, it is not when the issue starts. Begin to determine how you're going to make the help. So, for example, picture things in your head. For example, if my child tells me, "Mommy, this is what I'm struggling with. What's going to be my next line of action?" That's your job. That's what you need to do. Otherwise, you start beginning to struggle. And then there'll be shouts, there'll be fights. And you know what? If you're parenting a teenager and the only thing you can do is shout, you're going to lose that teenager. Because it will keep quiet. It will go. Teenagers can do that a lot. They'll just go prim on you. Parents of teenagers, if you are here, you know that you can confirm what I'm saying. You will not know anything again that's going on. And how are you gonna know? How are you gonna help your child when you don't even know what their struggles are? So it's very, very important that you begin to then for this to towards next year now, you have to have plans with them for the holiday. It's very, very important. Last year we went to a lot of places, did a lot of things together. That summer it made me so nostalgic. My friends are here on this stream. So have a plan for the holiday. Have a plan where you're going. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to go up all your money. It could be even your village, for God's sake. How I love going to my village, but I don't have that opportunity anymore. But how I love it. How I love it. I have a plan. Yes, as in, you know what I'm trying to say? You are mentally preparing them. You are taking off all of the burdens, all of the stress of 2023 off them. They're gonna be in holiday. I mean, they're gonna have holidays in a couple of weeks, maybe 2 weeks. If you have not thought of it, please, dear parents, have a plan. Have a plan for the holiday. Where are they going to go? If it's just for 2 days, one day, as in, it's just holidays, just fun and play. And there are a lot of beautiful places to go to in Nigeria. And the weather is so beautiful. We'll never understand. We'll never appreciate the weather we have until you begin to really crave it. Like I'm craving it right now. So have a plan. You know what you're doing? You are working expectation in them. And all of you planning together is more fun that way. It's more fun when, okay, where can we go? What can we do? Bring it. And they're teenagers. I mean, from 10, they have ideas. Even younger than 10, they got ideas. So listening on them and be like, okay, then you can even do, you can make it fun, like making democracy. Okay, who agrees we should go here? Who agrees we should go there? Give us reasons why you think we should go. Do you understand? Make it fun. Give us reasons why you think this is where we should go. Give us reasons why we should follow you. And they can debate it. And the reason I feel we should go to this place is because I feel that we'll learn this. Do you know? Make it fun. It can be anything. Those are ideas I just gave you for free. You're gonna have to pay me for that. Yeah. Yes. So you know what? When you do that, you distress them. Even you yourself is good for you. Oh, I wish that I could distress right now, but you can still do it. You can do it. So it doesn't have to be just everything. And don't forget, you're not going to have forever with them. Maybe that's the one that strikes me the most, especially if you have teenagers. If they're in secondary school, their time is almost over in your home, whether you know it, whether you don't know it. So are you going to take advantage of it? Are you going to take advantage of it? You're preparing them for 2024. You're distressing them. They are relaxed. Their mind is free. And in those moments are priceless, that years to come you will see have records. Oh, when we went to this, when we went to that, that's what my daughter now said. My son. So when they have left your home, you're not going to be so empty and all of that. There will be things that you're going to remember. So dear parents, have a plan for the holiday. It's deliberate. If you don't plan, you're not gonna do it. Everybody will just keep saying, Nigeria is this, it is everywhere is hard. There is no, and it's not gonna get, it's not, I'm not even a prophet of doom, but it's not gonna get, that time will not come when everything will not be like, oh, I have this, I have that. Well, it is planning what is important to you part time on your journey. So if going to the holiday will not make you buy that lace fabric for that particular occasion, I mean, there will be other occasions. Do you understand? So that is what we're saying. Plan. Let them have something to look forward to. Let them distress. All teenagers are stressed. Trust me. One of them was being saying, Mommy, I feel my head wants to burst. I say, hey, father, when the head of a teenager wants to burst, what should not happen to the head of an adult? They got things that they are battling with too. They got issues of wanting to stay pure, wanting not to conform, wanting not to tease, wanting not to that. And that's why I say, you know what? Put your teenagers in community so that they know that they are not alone. Put them in communities of people that believe in the things that you believe in, so that it makes it easy for them. So imagine a teenager that has been battling all along. What he or she has been battling is how to just do, and then what? Let's just go to a place, all of us together as families, just to distress. What do you think is going to happen to the psyche of that child? Everything is going to, let me just put everything away for a while. And when they are back from the holiday, you know what? They are recharged, they're energized, they're excited about school, they're excited about their friends, about their family. That's what happens. So their parents, don't say, this is what I have said. Please plan it. Please plan it. It could be to your village. I mean, when was you were in your village? You say, there's nobody there. Okay, it doesn't have to be your village. Anywhere that's fun, that's not anywhere. So many places that you could, So dear parents, do it and then you let us know how it feels and then what your teenagers think of it. All right, because of our time, the next one that we're gonna go out read them for your 2024 is, you know what, you have to encourage have plans for them. Encourage them their thanksgiving. Sorry about that. Encourage their thanksgiving to people. Don't forget, is a pyramid. Yeah, you've expressed gratefulness to them, so you're teaching them to do it to people too. So where possible, encourage the thanksgiving to people, to you, to their coaches, to their parents, to their mentors on their journey in the course of the year. If there's anyone that's ever added any value to the life of your child, encourage your child to do what? To show gratefulness. They could write to them, they could send them letters, whatever it is that they can afford in their, within their means. Encourage it and let it be an habit that it grows with them. Whatever it is that we're grateful for multiplies. Yeah, that's it. It's a natural law of life. So encourage it. Their thanksgiving to people, to God, to people, to their coaches, to their mentors, their teachers in school. Come on, those people are doing a lot of work on your kids. Encourage it. So it won't come naturally to them because they feel, children can feel entitled at times. So it won't come natural to them. So encourage it. Have you written your Thanksgiving note to your teacher, to your pastor, to their imams, anyone that has ever added any value to their lives? You'll be shocked at the effects on them themselves, not even not to talk of the person that received the thankfulness and gratefulness. My daughter and I have compiled a list of people that we're going to write to, the ones that we can send gifts to, just to say thank you for being a part of our journey. These are attitudes of great people. These are attitudes of people that make a difference in the world, people that are grateful, people that know how to show gratitude. Can we try to raise people that will be able to show gratitude deliberately and intentionally? So dear parents, if they have never done this before, this is the time to do it. Let them have a list. We're already going to have a list. It's part of our focus for the month. We have a list of people that want to reach out to, just say thank you, thank you, thank you, and whatever it is, if it is pack of chocolate, it's pack, whatever they can afford, just to say thank you. Let them wrap it beautifully to their teachers, their coaches, their mentors, even you, the parents. Don't you deserve thank you? Come on, you deserve thank you. And I'm saying thank you already on their behalf, okay? So please deliberately have this culture with them and make it what they will build upon. Don't just wing by life, yeah? Don't just go through life like that. Say it's whatever it is, it's fine, whatever, it breeds entitlement. Let them know. The people in their lives that have been impactful to them, let them deliberately encourage them to do it. Write that note, handwritten. Then don't let them buy don't let them buy greeting cards. It's so impersonal. Let them write that in their own words. My daughter has done a lot of crafts using words and all of that. Let them write their own words, who they are thankful for. So they will list it. Who they are thankful for, they will list it. Then encourage them. They could buy a wine there. I'm sure there are wine that you can get for as cheap as 1,000 naira, depending on whatever it is that you want to use. It's just a token to show their appreciation. There is a way that alone opens doors. There's a way that it encourages those people to pour more of them into your teenagers. Imagine I don't know how many teachers in Nigeria ever received a gift from parents. I'm not talking of the open day that will feel compelled, that will feel pressured. No, I'm talking of a genuine gift from a student to a teacher to say, thank you for impacting my journey. Thank you for teaching me. If they have coaches, if you're teaching, and I hope that they have coaches. If you are a girl and I am not your daughter's coach, I don't know what you're doing. No, yeah. So you know what? Let them do that. Encourage them. They will not want to do it. They will not. They'll feel that what's big deal after and after. But you as a parent, that you know that you're trying to teach a culture of gratefulness, a culture of appreciation, and it becomes a part of them, and they begin to build up on it as they go on in their journey. And you know what? When you do all of that, your heart is free, your heart is light. They have talked about, you have celebrated them, you have identified the challenges they're having, you have determined how to help them, and then the next thing is that they're now thankful. Come on, that's a teenager that's ready for 2024. That's a teenager that feels loved, that feels seen, that feels accepted, and is willing and raring to do more. So encourage them. If you have never done this before, please do it this year and come and tell me how those people that received the thankfulness, those that received the gratefulness, tell me how they felt. Yeah, so that's another thing. Then also, you have to, where possible, have a family Thanksgiving. Where possible, where it is possible, together have a family Thanksgiving. Some do it during Christmas, some do it during New Year, some do it on the first of the new year, whatever, wherever it's possible, have a family Thanksgiving. Don't just wing your way. Don't let just 2024 just roll over like that. Oh, I hope I mentioned pastors, imams while I was talking about encouraging gratefulness about it. It's very important. They're spiritual leaders, they're mentors, they're coaches, their parents. Encourage them and ensure that they do it. Do you know when it's going to matter? It's going to matter in 6 years, in 7 years, in 8 years, when they have left your home and then they write you from wherever it is that they have, say, mommy, thank you for being a part of my journey. Daddy, thank you for being a part of my journey. That's when it's going to matter. But if you don't teach them now, that time they're going to be busy with their families. They will not even remember. They won't even remember. So begin to build that culture from now. If your child is 10, imagine if you do that for 8 years, straight until she's 18 and she leaves your home, she's gonna continue it effortlessly. So you will not wake up one day and wonder, why don't these kids remember me? Why? Because you didn't put the culture in place. So their parents, don't overlook this, don't trivialize it. And if you can afford, by all means, why not let them do small hampers? It could even be things from the house, granite here, bottle of honey there, things like that. You understand? So it's not in the amount, it's not in the what, it is in the content of the heart. It is in the gratefulness that you are willing to express. And then when you do that, you're preparing your kids, your teenagers, you're free, you are letting them know what is expected of them when they get into the real world. And finally, I said, where it is possible, if you can afford it, by all means, where you invite friends over, family over. We do that in my extended family. I don't know what works for you, depending on the dynamics of your family, but wherever maybe it's your small immediate family, you can come together, have a family Thanksgiving, do videos. You would not know how important these things are until that they have left the home. You won't know. It's very, very key. These are the things that you keep remembering about them long after they have left your home. So if you have not done, we did it last year, but that we did it last year. I hope that we'll be able to do it this year again. Yeah. So please, dear parents, have a family Thanksgiving where it's possible. So we have talked of how to prepare your teenagers. Which of these ones did I say that you're gonna be shouting and be whatever on them? None of them. So it is. You know what the beauty of this is that you know, but you are readying their mind. You're readying their spirit. When you do all of these things, there's no how you will not touch that love chord in them. And once you touch that love chord in them, you connect with them, there will not be any issues about, even if they're not having struggles, they know that they are seen, they are heard, they are felt. Yeah, they feel the tangibility of your love. So they're able to come to you to say, Mommy, Daddy, I have a struggle. I mean, imagine if your daughter was in problem and is able to come to you, you will not know how blessed you are because you will know how to offer the best counsel. But these are the little things that's gonna chip at the nags, the shouts, and all of that. So dear parents, begin to envisage 2024, but don't just go into 2024. Boom. No, don't just jump into it. Prepare them. Prepare them. We mentioned 10 things. You can run through it again. You can come back to this stream to come and watch it, to come and catch it. And I hope that you have learned something and that you're going to try. Don't forget, I keep saying that someone that does even one is better than one that does nothing. So don't be that person that just that just hears and then does nothing. If it's just one thing, if it is just to express gratefulness this evening, it doesn't cost anything to say, Ore, Ife, Ayo, I am grateful for the gift of you. Simple. The things that really melt the heart are not things that are really big and large and all of that. So if you will do all of those things, these 10 things that we have done, if it's just one you will do, you'll be shocked how you will shift the mind of your teenager. You will shift. And don't forget, I keep saying it, what you want to achieve in your teenager is a mind shift. The mind shift to do what is right, and you only do what is right when they feel convinced, and that conviction has to be rooted in love. So their parents, as the year is winding down, which of these things are you gonna do? And yes, I have an announcement to make. Okay, before the announcement, I hope that you will not just listen to this and say what she's saying. Try one, try two, try three, and before you know it, it becomes a way of life. Don't forget, you have very little time with your teenagers. I'm not scaring you, but that's what it is. If they're in secondary school, they're almost out of your homes. So if there's any gap, this is the time to close the gap, work on the gap, and ensure that you bridge the gap. Yeah. So don't forget, one thing is better than doing nothing. Thank you for always joining me. I don't take it for granted. We got a lot of people. I appreciate you, everyone. Why blessings? I'm not Absalam, Karim Khadija, Fumi Ajele, everyone that will still come to watch this. And the vision board party, I like to know what the outcome is. Please, we have a community in the WhatsApp. Let me, if you do anything, yeah, put in the WhatsApp community. Let us know what you're doing to encourage other people to take the step. Thank you very much. And then before the end of December, we're launching our first ever book. I'm very, very excited about it. It's going to be on Seller, it's going to be on Amazon. If you have a girl from age 8 to 15, definitely to benefit your girl. Yes. And so you have to buy. Yes. You have to buy. You buy for yourself, buy for your sister. Anyone that you see parenting a girl, you're going to buy for them. And this is one of the books that we're going to be using in the academy, by the way. So I'm excited about that piece of information. And I hope that you're excited too. Thank you for always joining me. I don't take it for granted. And I hope that has been worth your time. I hope that I did not waste your time, because listening to somebody is not what you just it's not what just happens. You could choose not to come. I mean, I'm not going to take a cane to your head. So I am grateful for you. And whatever you have learned, please put in the WhatsApp community. And if it's there too, let them know that we're actually learning something. And it's not just about learning. Whatever it is that we're learning, we are also implementing. And as the year begins to wind down, I hope you too, you're projecting for 2024. Don't forget, what applies to your children applies to you too, because it is first of all about you. Thank you for always joining. Don't forget, I am Funmilola Williams. I am the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. Next year, by the grace of God, we're coming with a big bang, because we're trying to do everything that's needed to make us more visible out there. Yes. So thank you for joining me once again. I don't take it for granted. And it's so cold where I am, and my hands are very cold already. So I gotta go. Thank you so very much. Bye bye. Have a pleasant night rest. Bye.